What's the federal government's answer to the housing crisis? It's $4 billion housing fund to get distributed to different municipalities for new development. Whether this is the answer to our crisis or not, we'll discuss that and more in this episode of Ottawa Real Estate Buzz. So stay tuned and let's get going. So the federal government has decided to contribute $4 billion housing fund to municipalities for new development. And what this shows us is that regardless of what's happening right now with the market, with the extensive amount of homes available, the long-term outlook is that there will be lesser homes. When interest rates will be cut, which may be within the next 8 months to a year from now, we'll see a surge of buyers entering the market. Hence, we will have a shortage number of homes available, and then based on demand, we'll see a rise in the home prices. And that's inevitable. It will happen based on the circumstances globally and domestically, and how we are seeing Ottawa grow overall. So a portion will be dedicated of this $4 billion to new development. For example, London, Ontario has been given $74 million. They've really stepped forward and started this whole new development process. And how this will end up, and it will be interesting for other municipalities to follow. Another portion of this funding will go towards zoning, so to help the municipal governments perhaps hire staffing in the city, in the zoning department, to speed up the permit process, and also to relabel zonings, meaning that if it's a residential single, they will allow a double to go on a lot, or if it's a double, so it's a bump up of zoning. So the zoning overall will be enhanced, and that this funding will go towards that. And again, how the different layers of government will deal with one another. There's a frustration at the moment with the Ford government, with the federals, on how they are directly dealing with municipalities, and in terms of the provincial regulation for the municipals. This is causing a bit of a issue and miscommunication between the federal and the provincial governments. So it will take some time for all these knots to get untangled and for things to fall into place. It is a step forward on behalf of the federal government. And whether this is the only solution for government's contribution, perhaps not. I think a lot goes into what needs to be done, and it will take a very long period of time. And I believe this is a good initiative. Rather, the management and distribution of funds and how the message will be portrayed by the general public, and what this really means to define and provide us with a true meaning of affordable housing remains to be seen. And I truly hope that all the funds will be allocated and distributed fairly, and to have a positive outcome on the housing crisis, which we will face in the coming years, in my opinion, regardless of what you may be seeing with the economy at the moment. So that's that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly by email, phone call, text, and so on. And as always, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that little bell icon to get notifications as soon as we get posts, and to like this video. Now let's get going and take a look at the numbers for the month of October. We'll take a look at the general numbers for the housing activity, and we'll get more specifically into each category as we proceed. Taking a look at the month of October, year over year, for 2022 versus 2023. In 2022, for number of sales, we had 10,380. whereas it was 9,275 in 2023, so that's a drop of almost 11%. And for the average sale price in 2022, we had 780,000, and now we're at 2023 730,000 approximately, so that's a drop of 6.5%. And looking at the condominium market now, the condos number of sales 2022 was 3,456, and in 2023 it was 2,925. That's a drop of approximately 15%. And looking at the condominium average sale price, we were at 457,000 approximately in 2022, and then 2023 433,000. So that's a drop of 5%. Now, taking a look at each category specifically for the residential non-condominiums. So those are the freeholds. Look at this now, huge number of homes available. Now, I have to say, even though we see for the month of October 1,923 active units and only 467 sold units, this huge gap we're seeing, and as we go through months, we see that the inventory is increasing. I should note that a lot of these units are tenant occupied units, and as well they are units that need work. And of course, it's the uncertainty of the market as well. We can't deny that at all. But if you're looking to buy something, I would highly recommend now would be the time to do it because of this uncertainty that's currently in place. If the Bank of Canada continues its path to not increase rates, and in the months to come they will actually cut rates, then you will see a whole different market. And we've seen this before. This, in a matter of a couple of weeks, this whole thing will turn around, and even units that sit on the market, as you see currently, will be taken quickly. And then again, this has been seen in the past. Now, taking a look at the previous year, very similar in terms of movement. For October 2022, residential freeholds, we had 1,675 active units and 504 sold units. So the trend is really similar to the previous year. Now, taking a look at the residential list versus sold price ratio. So we are selling very close to asking. All of the average price has dropped for the month of October, 97%. Year over year, it was almost 97% as well in October 2022. Now, taking a look at the average sale price per month, we have dropped for the residential freeholds. For the month of October, we're at 768,000, whereas it was 784,000 approximately the month before. And year over year, we are above last year's average, and that is last year was 731,000 approximately for October 2022. So better than last year. So this is showing us that even with all this uncertainty, even though the prices have dropped, they have reached a certain point that they will not go any lower. And this should show you what things may be and how things will entail in the coming months. Taking a look at the residential days on the market, so a home will sit approximately about 26 days in October 2023 versus 27 days. So not a lot of things has changed in terms of how long it takes a unit to sell a residential freehold. Now, taking a look at the condominium market, again, similar trend as to the residential freehold. Rather, the condominium average prices are really holding despite the number of homes available. So taking a look at the month of October for the number of lists versus sold, we had 688 active units available and 213 sold units. And in the previous year in October, we had 659 active units and 215 sold units. And that's very interesting to see. And taking a look at the condominium list versus sold price ratio, again 97.5% for October 2023 and almost 97% for the previous year. So again, the average, it's really holding in terms of the percentage of list versus sold. And for the condos, very interesting, as I mentioned. Different than the residential freeholds, we are actually higher in average sale price per month for the month of October at 444,000 versus 442,000 in the previous month, and yet slightly lower than the previous year. So we see that steadiness yet and a slight fluctuation with condominiums. It seems to be a safer way to go at the moment, and then of course more affordable. Condominiums days on the market, so it takes about 34 days for a unit to sell, October 2023 versus the previous year, which was 29 days. So, and again, not a lot of change in how long it takes for a condo unit to sell. And now taking a look at the rental market, now we are seeing quite a bit of a change. So more homes available. It is a seasonal thing with rental market, but then again, it depends on what type of a rental unit you're looking for. In certain criterias, whether it's a newer build and a number of bedrooms and whether it's got parking or not. So then those are all factors to see whether there are availability or not. But at the time being, we've seen a turnaround. We had 674 active rental units and 395 rented units. So there are more units available now than the previous months. And looking at the previous year, we had more inventory, 789 active units and 478 rented units in October 2022. Now, taking a look at the average rent per month, and we have slightly dropped in October 2023, $2,709 per month from $2,798 in the previous month, yet we're much higher than the previous year, where in October 2022, the average was $2,558. So this shows us that I think we are going to see the average rent prices increase gradually as the cost of carrying mortgages for landlords has increased. Okay, now taking a look at the rental days on the market. So we have 23 days for October 2023 and 25 days for October 2020. So not a lot of change in terms of how long it will take a unit to get rented. So there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than glad to have a chat and talk to you guys and answer any questions you might have. And as always, please remember to like this video, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to click that bell icon to get notifications as soon as we make posts. And if you want to be informed about the housing activity, make sure to watch all our future episodes of Ottawa Real Estate Buzz. Until next time, take care.